let's go on to the bass. Bass, Mikey. He's the most loveliest guy in the world, built like an absolute tank. He just eats, he's like a bodybuilder.
Right.
But what's hilarious is he just falls asleep. I've got pictures somewhere, and he just falls asleep in the studio, and there's drums going on. And he wakes up and he smiles. He's like, "You're right, guys." Eats his protein bar or whatnot. So his bass, what have we got? So he actually recorded through a dark glass. So this is the DI. This is fantastic. Have you got this?
I haven't, but I use a dark glass amp as my bass.
Okay.
Effectively, my bass DI is a dark glass amp.
And then what we got here? So we've got a loop going there.
I already love the fact that the bass is distorted to you know what, because I find a distorted bass sits in a mix so much better. Even a little bit of grit.
Yeah. Let's have a listen. So this is the super high. It sounds awful, really, but when it's in the mix, that's really what it's all about, isn't it? And then this is his amplifier one. There you go.
So that's the bottom end. Yeah.
There's your bottom end. So what we've got. Load of compression.
Yeah.
Dipping that out. I love this, the way. Yeah.
My theory on things, on stuff like this, is always, and again, it comes to my very simplistic view of most things. Boost what you like, cut what you don't.
I think so. Like, I definitely used to follow, I'd watch all these videos online, and then you'd go back and you'd try and do it, verbatim, and it never really worked. And then I kind of think you just keep twiddling those knobs, and then it's just, it just needs to gel. I don't know, it has to gel with the guitars. It's like, well, really I don't think it's a great deal. There'll be a lot of compression here, I bet. There you go.
Hardly anything at all.
But not that you really need it, but. So again, a lot of, pick noise out there. Obviously that, which sounds wonderful. But then what I do is I sum them, and then I forget about these ones here. And then what have we got this where it would all be going on? If I mute all of these, we'll go if that's the bass sound, and then we'll just. Yeah, I felt like it was getting a bit woolly in places. What we got going on here? Bet this is smashed. Yeah, not a lot. SSL.
Bit of extra tone.
Yeah, probably put him back what I took out. Limiter. This is going to be controlling him 100%. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, with bass and that, stuff like this, Mike is brilliant, and we spent a lot, I think I high-fived him on it, because you can see these big blocks. Again, I suppose I've never been a guy that enjoys editing the absolute crap out of people. I just get no fun out of it. And so with him, I can see here, because if we look, you can see it's not even copy and paste.
Good.
These are just long takes, and then we will pick the best ones, but it's just got to feel right. And I remember he smashed this. I remember doing a big high five and giving him man of the match, and which he deserved. And then this basement. So a buddy of mine, Rob, he actually turned around and he goes, "Oh, I've been using this basement thing. It's bloody awesome." And when someone tells you that, you're like, "Oh, shut up." And then I used it, and actually I think you've got to be careful with it, to be fair. Especially if you can't, we're listening off the Amphioms here, so you wouldn't hear the low end as much, but...
Oh, yeah.
It kind of sucks it in a bit, doesn't it,
It's tight, tighter.
It's
but,
almost, yeah.
But more
I wonder if it's the soft. I don't really understand this thing. I've used this that's like a dice and it will just do whatever. And then I saw super fat bass and I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
We're going. So
people mock and knock presets, but presets can sometimes take you off in a direction you didn't expect to go, and you go, oh, I like that. I don't know why, and I don't care. It does a thing.
It's do you know what I used to spend, like, you know, you see the memes and that, was it like 3 days working on a kick and a snare sound, and I can't think of anything worse to do. It's, you know, I want to enjoy mixing, but I also want to pop up the pub with the guys afterwards and you just enjoy it. I'm not going to...
As we've said many times, this isn't work.
It's not work. And it's the best thing, isn't it, when you turn around to somebody and they say, what do you do? And you're like, oh, you know, music producer or whatnot. The hardest thing is they say, do you get paid?
So you do that for a living? Yes.
Yeah.
Just about.
So, okay, so here's Troy's guitar. Now...
is it so 2 guitars, bass drums?
2 guitars. So you've got Troy, who's lead singer and riff man, and then you've got Dan, who's riff man as well. So their pedal boards they've got a thing called a Decimator. It's all fuzz, and it's all things I've never seen before.
Right.
And I've been, again, because of the room and that, we've got nowhere to, put massive cabs and that. I got put onto this thing called 2 Notes, Capture X. It's the box, this white box. And I've been using that now for years. I can't remember the last time I mic'd up a cab, maybe last year sometime, I don't know. But what I love about it is we still get to use our lovely heads and, you know, I think we used the Victory. This one was actually a Fender Princeton, just coming out the back and then into that. And then I just capture it that way. And again, I'll tell you one thing I love about this is the speed, because you know when you want to change a cab, how long does it take to, and then you've got to put a mic on, and then it takes forever. When now, as you said, you just
click,
scroll through.
No, that one.
So here we've got the amp here, DI, which I'm going through a tube screamer into another tube screamer. I don't know why I did that. I know why. I know what's happened. I can tell you now. I probably put both tube screamers up and was A-Bing them to see which one I preferred going into the actual amp.
Yeah.
And as I've been copying them down, I didn't, you know, hey, there you go. And then into an Orange Rockabout.
Yeah.
And these sound great, these plug-in Alliance. I think I love plug-in Alliance. I think for the money that I'm spending out on that.
But I've noticed you're not I know you're not, you know, financially aligned to any particular plugin brand, but there's plugin Alliance in there. Waves has come in, UAD. I've seen pretty much everything.
Oh God,
Slate stuff's in there.
They're all good, and they all get everything gets. It's a bit like it's like a snare drum. Do you know, come from being a drummer, sometimes I'm really enjoying my Black Beauty, and then other times I'm really enjoying my big brass. You know, it's just something different, and we are, you know, it's the reason why we use the outboard gear for me. Is it's just bloody fun. And I know it doesn't have to look good, but it does look, you know, when you got a plug-in that looks freaking awesome, you're like, you know, we are kids.
Big kids.
Love it. So here we go. So I can show you what these sound like without all this stuff on, and we can work out why I did stuff. Yeah, this is where the big is in there. So what have we got going? So that's the amp.
So no Fender Princeton has ever sounded like that before.
No, I don't see the point in. You know, like when he brought it in, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to get some really nice. And then that, and then just a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit of 1.5, 1.5.
And again, what I'm doing here is I'm getting these 4 to sound like the sound, and then everything happens probably down here.
Right.
And then let's hear what this is doing when you add. So this is the 2 tube screamers going into the rock verb, and way more EQ going on here.
Yeah, a lot of top end.
Adding body. Yeah. That's really what that's there for. So, okay, so...
It's funny because, say, normally for me, again, this is a me thing, the DI is there either as a point to edit
100%,
against,
yeah,
because it's much easier to edit against the natural transient than it is to edit against a block of noise, or it's there as a, I don't like the amp. But interestingly, you're enhancing and doing both, which is not something I thought of doing.
Yeah, no, I never used to, for so long I was like, I'm not going to take a DI. I think I was just being lazy. And sometimes, you need to edit, or you need to reamp, or you need to do whatever, even just creatively. So what we've got going on here, let's just press that.
And a lot of time, because I'm working for clients who are remote, I want to say to them, here's the DI. If you don't like the amp, you've still got the clean
you can
signal.
go off and do, exactly. I should take it. I should, it's just laziness on my part. I'm going to be honest with you, I can't remember why I would have done this, but that might have come back in at the end of the chain. So it's Andrew Sheps. Love this plugin.
Yep.
And I know what I'm using this for straight away. It's this thump.
Yeah.
A little bit here in the mids on, I think they call that, which one's that? Yeah, it's on that.
It's a really clever plugin as well, because Waves have got very good at extracting the personness out of, that sounds like an Andrew Sheps mix.
Yeah, 100%. And that thump thing, and was talking about Andrew Sheps earlier, and I love his philosophy in this, like, like you in the here, I'm sure there's some, as we saw on the Tom thing, sometimes there's a bad edit in that. The whole idea of this song, like, which I freaking love, is the fact that the emotion and the impact on this. I think if I'd have been clinically doing everything rather than just mixing it from start to finish and doing it in, like, I think I only spent maybe a day on this, maybe a day. Oh no, so mix free. So the first one's always making sure everybody's happy with the parts. 2 would be for me, and then normally 3's. Like 2's the one that I want to go home and listen to and just make sure. Yep. And then 3's normally the one that I send out. So 1's for parts, 2's for me, and then 3 is the one that when I'm happy to send it out to people. Yep. So what we've got, we've got the Sheps thing, which is, and as I was saying, he's just like, if it's good, it's good, and that's the absolute truth. Yeah, which this is a great, plugin, does what it does, it says on the tin. So now so I don't normally do this, but on this track, I've put some reverb and delay over, and made it wet. And I think it was to give it a bit, because it's so dense, I wanted to give it a little bit more width and movement. So you can already hear that is wider. Yeah, sounds great. And again, this, do you use this plugin at all?
All the time.
I only used it for the first time on this record.
Right.
Because I kept going towards, like, your Lexicon ones and this and the other. And then I was like, let's give it a go. And I opened it up and I was like, what the hell? Like stairwell? Drain pipe? Love it.
No, I mean, it's the I know it's not strictly a stock plugin, but it is an Avid plugin.
Yeah.
The Avid plugins are great. The stock plugins are
Bomb
great.
Factory.
The Bomb Factory stuff.
Oh my
from
God!
the back
if you
in the
want to
day.
kill something, like and then
the purple compressor Bomb Factory is just like
fantastic. Smack. Yeah, and then
even Smack
Smack's good.
The compressor
that comes out every now and again. That's brilliant. Okay, really quick, 468 milliseconds. Again, a little bit of movement. They're different. So that's what 468, 470.
But it's going to give you
ever so, and again, that was all for width. And then let's see why I put that on.
Bit of control.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I never mix like this. Like, so when I'm doing stuff, I tend to, a bit like what this console does, the Audient, you know how you can solo, but it just puts it above the rest?
Yes.
I tend to do, the only time I'm really soloing or listening in isolation is if I'm clinically trying to fix something.
If there's a problem, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't hear it, you know.
And also, there's that, when it's all together in context, you know, the overheads, for example, when they're in context, don't sound like they do when they're soloed, because it's one instrument. So drums is one instrument. The guitar parts in this case, you've got 4 guitars playing 2 parts.
Yeah, and actually, yes. If we look here, if we come into,
That's great.
I love that, and I'm pretty sure this was an last. I can't, maybe Troy tell me, but I'm pretty sure that was a last minute thing that he put in. You can only tell my last minute ideas because they'll say dup. It's just like, you know.
Quick, just do it again.
And again,
go.
I do like to, I mean, I love the folder thing in Pro Tools, because normally what I'll do is chuck them all in there, because the less I see on the screen, the better. Like here with Dan's stuff, I've just, and this, so Dan's stuff, let's have a look here. Okay, so this is using the torpedo thing. So that is coming out the back of the amp, and we're going into this.
Yep.
Let's not do a download later.
Yeah, the Torpedo Studio, yeah.
There you go. So that's Big Baby King 100. I don't know what that is.
No idea.
I'm using a bass microphone. These are cool. I think all of this stuff here, the EQ, the exciter, the compressor, the reverb, not a fan of. But the mic, you know, me personally, you can mess about with this and bring the mic out. I never do. I just put it where I'd normally put it, just in front of the speaker.
And you're using the same cab, but with 2 mics.
Yeah, oh yeah, that. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's a ribbon on there, 101.
Yeah.
So if we put that on, and again, they're pedals. Like, I wish I've got a picture of it somewhere. It just like fuzz and anything that can obliterate the sound.
If it's gnarly.
Yeah, but it's really hard, and like it really works with like their riffs, and like Dan's great. He's really such a cool guy. Looks good as well. What have I got on here? Bassment. Oh, there you go. Look.
Some bottom end. Yeah.
See, that says default. I reckon I might have rolled the dice on this. I don't know.
Just some control.
Yeah. Oh, because I tell you what it is. When we was doing this, we was talking a lot about 9 Inch Nails, and Dan being a massive 9 Inch Nails fan, and Angela's studio manager or label manager is a massive, and they're talking, and I think that's where we was going. Maybe just like, I don't know much, you know. I've heard a couple of songs, but I feel bad, you know.
It's all right, we'll educate you.
Yeah, I should definitely get more into it.
Must try harder, Angela.
You know, chili peppers all the way. No, so what we got going on here?
Just a bit of top end, a bit of bottom end.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I think rather than, sometimes I'll do something and I know I'm kind of going on the right direction where I want to go, and I'll just copy and paste and just go again. But then why not? You know, you don't pay for all this, you know, processing power not to use it. And then the CLA guitars.
Love that plugin.
This thing, like, come on. You can just, like, top tip if you want really cool guitars, is whack this at the top of your chain, turn off all you don't even need the presets, just turn it on.
Yeah.
And it's like it gives you that curve.
Now, there's a reason for that.
Go on.
And I heard this from CLA, from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
So imagine all his plugins, all his CLA signature series do the same thing. Each of the faders, if you like, is a separate processing chain.
Okay.
But even having, if you turn all this off, you are still getting a certain amount of processing from his chain.
Of course, because it's going through the,
So even if you're not using it to reamp, you're just using it for the compression and the low end, you're still getting some of his guitar processing chain.
Wow, okay. This thing's really cool. It's been out for a long time, a bit like some of the Waves stuff. Like some of the old things that have been with Waves forever are phenomenal. You know, you got to give it to those guys.
If I'm doing drums and I'm a bit on, you know, and I know someone wants it a bit quick and dirty.
Oh yeah,
CLA drums, turn the reverb off.
Yeah,
because I want to control that. But CLA drums.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and talk about presets on the SSL channel. I think it's on the plug-in one or the Waves one. And you go to the toms. If you just have a stereo channel of toms, and just put the it sounds great.
Toms 1.
Yeah, it's just so. And there you go. See what that's doing.
Yeah.
You know,
up and wider. Yeah,
they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Actually, saying that on the toms, sometimes I do parallel compression on the toms. I didn't this time. Yeah, there you go. So again, this whole song is about impact. Everything, you know. Right. So what we got here next? So this is Dan's guitar. We've got a solo. Let's have a listen to that. So there you go. I've taken the DI on this one, but I haven't done anything with it. So what's interesting? So that low end you hear on it is, I think, through a thing called the decimator.
That's awesome, but evil.
Oh, it's really gnarly. I think, is it on this? Yeah, so if you hold a note, it'll go, like data, it might be the data corruptor.
Right, yeah.
It might be that one, not the decimator, the data corruptor. But I love the low end because, again, when this kicks in, normally you wouldn't keep all that there. You can feel that sort of sub go, and I just liked it, you know. I was like, I'm keeping that. And what have I put on it?
Yeah, some nasties. Yeah.
That's one thing about Nuns is everything is. It's really interesting because it's kind of hard to control it in the sense that when you've got, you know, a really nice acoustic or, you know, just a good rock band, that's awesome, but you're taking up so much of the frequency spectrum. It is like a synthesizer.
Yeah.
You know, and again.
And now, did you consciously think, right, I need to make the stuff around it thinner to give it space? It
might have been when, like listening in the mix. If we listen here. I don't know. I just can't remember, if I'm to be honest. But maybe, yeah, there would have been some automation going on, I'm sure.
It's sat there quite nicely.
It's. Pardon me. And then, like, with the vocals,